that I was going to upload a video on some special formulas of mensuration. So here I am with the right angle triangle. Here a right angle triangle ABC is drawn, which is 90 degree, and the area of a triangle is equals to, as we all know, that area of a triangle is equals to half into base into height. So here AB is the perpendicular, that is the height, and BC is the respective base. So that is, it equals to half into product of sides containing right angles, which is the required formula of a right angle triangle. It's area of a right angle triangle. Next we have equilateral triangle. Say suppose the equilateral triangle ABC is drawn, and as we all know that the sides of equilateral triangle are equal. So if the length of AB is A, that means the length of BC will be also A. Similarly for AC we also have A. So we write here AD is the perpendicular or the height, and AB is the length of the side, which is A unit. BD is the base. Sorry, here BC is the total base and BD is the half base, which is required in order to find the area of the equilateral triangle. So in this case, area of, as we all know that area of a triangle is equals to half into base into height. So here the base is BD, and the perpendicular that is drawn from A to the baseline, that is BC, that is AD, is the height. So here the AD is unknown. So in order to find the unknown side of a triangle, we use Pythagoras theorem. So by using Pythagoras theorem, we find the unknown side. As all of us know that that Pythagoras theorem's formula, that is hypotenuse square equals to perpendicular square plus base square. In order to find the unknown side, that is AD, that is the perpendicular drawn from A to the point BC. So we write hypotenuse square equals to perpendicular square plus base square. As the value of hypotenuse is A, so we substitute here in the place of hypotenuse as A square. AD perpendicular is AD, no length, and AD base is A by 2 the whole square. So we substitute the values and get AD square equals to A square minus A square by 4, which is equals to 4A square minus A square by 4, and as the required answer is AD equals to root over 3A by 4. Now as we have seen that we have got the value of AD, which is equals to root over of 3 into A by 4, we substitute the value of AD equals to root 3A by 4 in the above equation, that is here, right here, and we get the A formula of area of a equilateral triangle. So let me write there is half into BD, means A by 2 into root over of 3 into A by 4. Half into, sorry, it will be BC, which is equals to A, not A by 2, and at last we get (1 by 2) into root over of 3 A square by 2, which is equals to root over of 3 A square by 4, which is the required formula for the area of a triangle, equilateral triangle. Next we have an isosceles triangle. here ABC is an isosceles triangle with AB equals to AC equals to A of length A, and BC is the base of length B, and AD is the perpendicular drawn from A to BC. Then D is the midpoint of BC, that is BD equals to B by 2. Here AB is equals to A, that is the length of AB is A, and similarly for AC we have A, and here BC is the base, AD is the perpendicular drawn from A on BC. BD is then BD's length becomes B by 2 as half of B. Now as we all know that area of a triangle is equals to half into base into height, where BD is the base and AD is the perpendicular height. Similarly, as in case of equilateral triangle, we used Pythagoras theorem to find the unknown side of a triangle. So here also we will use the Pythagoras theorem in order to find the length of the unknown side of a triangle, that is AD, and substitute the value to get the required result. As we all know Pythagoras theorem, what does the Pythagoras state? It states that hypotenuse square equals to perpendicular square plus base square. So we have to find the perpendicular, that is the height right now here. So we write AD square equals to AB square minus BD square. At last, by calculating the values, we get 4a square minus b square, root over 4a square minus b square by 2 is the required answer, and we substitute the value right out there and get the required answer. So here BD means will be C, it will be BC, not BD, it will be BC. Here BC into AD, so BC is B and AD is root over of 4a square minus b square by 2. So at last, in order to find the value of area of an isosceles triangle, we write and we multiply all the values and get the required answer. So it will be B root over of 4a square minus b square by 4, which is the required formula. So students, do learn all these formulas very carefully in order to get a good marks. Other than good marks, you have to complete your syllabus within the stipulated time. So in order to build a very good concept, you need to learn, you have to focus on these formulas in order to build a very good in order to get a good confidence in the examination. So the next we have, so students, I am telling you to please hold on the video for a moment and do take a snapshot before proceeding further. So I would like to tell you all to take the snapshot. It will be very helpful for the students of class 10 as well as for the class 9 students, as because ICSE is knocking at the door, and you know that in order to get good marks, as I usually say every time, that you have to get good marks. So in order to get good marks, you need to memorize these formulas as well as the formulas which I have already given in the previous videos. So mainly this kind of formulas are required to solve the problems, and if you are facing any problem in sums, then you will be knowing that you are not quite familiar with the formulas which I have discussed. So please to learn these formulas first in order to solve the upcoming problems. I will be dealing with the sums of each and every type, and there also I will be dealing with the formulas and explaining each and every part. So do watch my videos carefully in order to build your concept in mensuration, as because mensuration is the very toughest part. So I will be dealing with the toughest parts first, then on the easiest part, as because easiest part will be taking only 2 to 3 days, and the biggest part of the toughest part will be taking around 10 to 15 days. So I have started the syllabus, so I have started the topic mensuration. So in the upcoming videos I will be dealing with the sums of mensuration, that is starting from the first. So student, as we all know that area of a square is equal to side square, and one thing you have to learn that perimeter always have unit, have a unit, say suppose as meter, centimeter, kilometer. But in case of area always comes in a square format, that is meter square, centimeter square and kilometer square, etc. And do remember that volume also comes in cubic, that is meter cube, centimeter cube, kilometer cube, etc. So now let me tell you about discuss about these formulas. Area of a square equals to side square, as we all know, we have learned from the very lower classes. Area of a rectangle is length into breadth. Area of a parallelogram is equals to base into height. Area of a rhombus is equals to half into product of the diagonals. What does a diagonal means? Diagonal means, say suppose I have drawn a rectangle. Say ABCD is a rectangle. AD and BC, these are the two diagonals of a rhombus. So area of a rhombus is equals to half into the product of a diagonals, means multiply both these diagonals, you will be getting the area of a rhombus. Next we have the area of a trapezium, that is equals to half into sum of parallel sides into height. Sum of parallel side means the length of this, length of this length and this length, we add this length AB and CD, and height means the perpendicular drawn from here and here. This is the height. So students, do watch carefully my videos to get a good build a good concept, and do like my videos and click on the like button and do subscribe my channel, and thank you.